Hello, my name is Cynthia and I am the Intuitive Stitcher. This is my second floss tube and today is Sunday, May 1st, 2022. My first floss tube was done in South Carolina when I was visiting with my daughter 2 weeks ago, and I showed pieces that I had given to her over the years, finished pieces. So if you want to see my stitching and the things that I've worked on, you can go to floss tube number 1 and look at that there. Again, I am the Intuitive Stitcher. I am retired. I did work for the Transportation Security Administration for 15 years, and I retired in July of 2019. So I did work for the Department of Homeland Security. I was the person who screened baggage, and I screened passengers who passed through the checkpoint on their way to the gate. So I do know quite a bit about traveling, and I love to travel. So if you have any questions, you can always ask. Now, things change from time to time, so if you do ask a question, I would have to refer to the TSA website for that answer. But I do get some calls from family and friends asking me about policy, especially scissors. Crafters will say, what kind of scissors can I take? And so I do get a lot of that. Or medications or things like that. So I try to be as helpful as I can. So I have 2 daughters and 3 grandchildren. My daughter lives in South Carolina, as I said, with my grandson and her husband. My grandson in South Carolina is 11. And my daughter here has 2 daughters, my granddaughters, that are 12 and 14. So I help out with them if they need a ride somewhere, whether it's to, school or from the bus. I help out as often as I can. So that's pretty much what I do. My days are filled. I am busier now than I was when I was working. So, and that is true. I'm finding people would say you're going to be busier when you're retired than you were when you're working, and it's true. I am busier. I also volunteer at a local animal shelter. I volunteer in a cat room 3 days a week, and not full days, a few hours. So that keeps me busy too. I do enjoy that. So onto Flosstube, onto my projects and WIPs. I want to go over WIPGO with you. This is the first year that I'm doing WIPGO. I've thought about doing floss tubes for more than a year and finally am getting into that. So I brought out 2 completed projects that are framed that before I put them away for Easter. This is what I had out this year at Easter. For these pieces, I do not have the patterns. They are in a craft drawer, and I will get that out and find those. I do need to clean my craft drawers, so that gives me a reason to do that. I can find out these patterns and the names for you. The first one is Happy Easter. These are framed by a friend of mine, and she thought it best to do the oval mat, which I really like. And then we both decided the blue mat would be the best. So that is called Happy Easter. And the little bunny came with the kit. It was a small kit. So, and I know I do have it, but like I said, when I do some cleaning out of craft drawers, I will make sure that you know what pattern that is. My second Easter piece that I had hanging out this Easter, and I'll put it away now, is this one. This is done in pink, and the charm is a little bee, a bee at the flower. And I thought this was adorable, so and the floss is all pink. It's not variegated. So that is my second Easter piece that I had hanging up this year. And again, if you need to know the pattern, I certainly will find that so that you know the designer and the information that you need about this one. So this was fun. This was fun to do as well. So I do have notes because I do want to not miss anything. Projects that need to be completed, finished, they're completely stitched. I just need to decide what I'm going to do with them, frame them, make them into a pillow. So I haven't decided yet. The first piece is called Our Flag. And this is it's designed by Ruth Sparrow, and it's from Twisted Threads. It's on 32 count, and I used what I had in my stash. It's like a gray blue. I'm starting to mark my pieces that I have in stash because I'll put on the top of the Aida or the linen what count it is. I had not been doing that before, but I'm doing it now. So this is my piece. Our flag was still there, and that is the flag. And I used the gold metallic thread, which I thought was pretty. And what I think I'm going to do with this one is get a little rod for the top. I will fold it over and get a rod for the top and hang it that way. And I'm sure I'll be able to find that at Michael's. So this is the back. I was a little careful with this one. Sometimes I'm not. But that is Our Flag was still there, called Our Flag. And I did use the called for DMC. I usually use DMC. Every once in a while I'll use a variegated thread. Weeks Dye Works I've used, but for the most part I do use DMC. My second piece was from Just Cross Stitch magazine. It's called Flyby Zone, and it is from the October 2021 magazine. I changed it a little bit. So I have this piece. I guess it goes out. Yeah, that way. So I do have to finish it, and I just don't know how I'm going to finish it. Maybe I will put some type of batting in and finish it that way as a small pillow. So it's just white. I use B5200, and I did use 310 for this one. So that's that one. I left out the Flyby Zone, and I didn't do the border. So, and that's that piece. That was also fun. My next piece is from the Fat Quarter Shop. It is Stitches from the Heart. That's the piece. I did finish the stitching, but it needs to be framed. I think I'm going to frame it. Maybe I'll make it into a pillow, but I'm not sure. That is my piece. From Fat Quarter Shop to Stitches from the Heart. And the back. The back is pretty good. So, it probably could be better, but I'm happy with it. That is Stitches from the Heart. That's on 14 count, white, Aida. So my WIPGO. I want to show you my WIPGO projects for May. The first number, this is my WIPGO sheet. So I have it all color coded. That's my WIPGO sheet. and May is yellow. So this was fun to do. Like I said, this is my first try at WIPGO. So I'm having fun with it because I can't stitch on just one piece. I like stitching on many pieces, so I do have a lot of WIPs, and it doesn't bother me. I do enjoy working on different things throughout the year or even throughout the month. So my number 13 was to finish something. So this is new. I belong to an embroidery group, and we are stitching pillowcases for a children's home. The children who go to the children's home many times don't have a lot, and we stitch pillowcases and put a design on the bottom of the pillowcase. So I looked for freebie patterns, and I found this fish. It was upside down. I found this fish. So that's what I'm going to be doing. And it's going to be 3 of them, 1 in the middle and then 2 on the sides. So, and I'll show you that. I just started it, and I'm using waste canvas on, it's almost like a muslin. It's a fabric. So I just started with the top of it. I had not used waste canvas in a very long time. It has to be 25 years ago that I stitched using waste canvas. I stitched on a sweatshirt. It was a gift for someone, so I had to take a look at YouTube on waste canvas. So it'll be pretty, it'll be cute for a young one. So that's the fish. And then I also found another pattern. I'm going to make another one, and it's a sailboat, so that will be cute too. That way a boy can pick this one, the sailboats, and then the fish would be either for a boy or girl. They might like that. So that is what I'll be doing for my embroidery group. Number 14 was, for me, Gathering Berries by Luminous Fiber Arts. I picked this up quite some time ago. Designed by Misty Purcell. Gathering Berries. I did not start it yet, but I do have my floss. I'm not using variegated thread, but I am putting 2 DMCs together. I am doing 8/16, and I'm doing 498. I don't know if you can tell that they're a little different, but not really. It looks the same on here, but they're just a little bit different. Just one is just slightly darker than the other. So I will put a strand from each together to make 2 strands, and then do the Gathering Berries. I also have my linen from It's Even Weave linen, 29 count. So that's what I'm going to use, and that's from my stash. But I thought that would be pretty. So that is Gathering Berries, and that is number 14 for WIPGO. And then my third one, which she selected, is called Red Christmas. That is by Jardin Privé. This was a freebie, so I'm excited about this one. I don't have a picture of it, but you'll be seeing it again, so I'll find the picture. I found it online. That's why I don't have a picture of it. The picture is in my phone because I found it online. It was a freebie, and I thought it was pretty. I've seen it done on different colors. I chose to do it on red Aida, and it is red Aida that I had. So again, I didn't mark things down because I didn't think about Flosstube. This is what I have, but I'm going to move the thread away if I can so that you don't see the strands of thread. So this is Red Christmas. You know what? I see. So this is Red Christmas. And I just started up at the music notes. But that's it. Christmas trees, a little deer, snowflake, a house. There's another deer, trees. So I'm pretty far. I think I'm 3/4 of the way. But it's a quick piece because it's just white, and I use B5200 because I like using the B5200. So that is Red Christmas by Jardin Privé. If you go to the web, well, I would Google Jardin Privé and then look for freebies because they offer several free patterns. You would find a few of them there, maybe something that you like. That is number 8 on WIPGO. Some of my WIPs. I brought out one because it's something that I'm working on right now and I want to finish it by the end of May. It's called Spring Doxology. I don't remember where I found this. It might have been from a Flosstube video, but I don't remember. But I liked it because it means something to me. It is called Spring Doxology. And it is by Rabbit Valley Studio. I love the colors, and doxology reminds me, when I retired in July of 2019, I wanted to spend more time with my dad, and we would go out to dinner a lot and go to like carnivals and church fairs often in the summertime. So I wanted to spend more time with him, so I retired. And I retired July of 2019. He passed away September of 2019. So we did a lot together even when I was working. I was full-time, then I went part-time, and so I want to tell you what Spring Doxology means to me. Growing up, my dad sang in the men's choir at church, and I sang with the youth choir, children's choir, youth choir. I had played handbells, so we were very active in church. And for the offering, it was always the doxology that we sang. So this does mean something to me. It reminds me of my dad. I'm using all the called for colors, and they are GMC colors. And I am using 28 count linen, 2 strands over 2. And I always leave a border on my pieces. So my border is 3 inches. They call for 32 count country French cafe mocha linen, but I used the linen that I had in my stash, and it is 28 count linen. This is the piece. That's how far I got. So I have quite a bit to go yet, but it's fun to stitch, so I'm having a nice time stitching it. And these are the flosses that I'm using. So really pretty colors. I just love these colors. I love the pink, the greens, the blue. There's the yellow in there. So it's more like pastel colors, which I love. So that's that. That's spring doxology. So I do have other WIPs that I'll show you next time. I'll get more into my WIPs and show you most of everything that I'm working on. But since this is my second floss tube, I wanted to keep it a little bit short so that I can look back at it and see if I can make any changes for the better. So this is a short one. And if you have any questions, just ask me in the comment section. I did want to explain a little bit about my name. I am the Intuitive Stitcher. And I came up with that name because I use my intuition a lot. And I always encourage other people to use their intuition, especially when making decisions. So what I did was, it's difficult to explain intuition, so I did look it up. And, well, intuition is a knowing, like when we have that feeling, especially maybe, this is a simple example, when we're driving and we just have that gut feeling that we should go a different way. And when we do, we find out later that there was a reason for us to go that different way. Maybe there was, traffic issues, if we would have gone the way that we usually go. So intuition is a knowing, and it's that gut feeling. And instead of using the conscious, part of our mind, it's just something that I've always done. I always go with my intuition because that usually is the right thing to do. So if you want to know a little bit more about that, we can talk more about that, but I don't want to get too much into that. So what I usually do, they're little cards, and you can get these anywhere. It's called The Universe Has Your Back by Gabrielle Bernstein. And these are nice cards. I usually try to pull one each day and try to follow that or think about what it means to me. Those are the cards. And I just pull one. So we'll do that and see what it tells us for the week. My vibes speak louder than my words. And that is kind of intuition for me. Maybe it means something different to you, but my vibes speak louder than my words. So it's my intuition. It's what I'm feeling. My vibes speak louder than my words. So sometimes we have to listen to our inner thoughts. Like I said, the driving, that's something that I'm always in tune to, and that's what it's all about, being in tune. So I try to pull cards every day, at least one, or if I'm too busy, then I'll always try to remember to pull it and think about what I pull and what kind of meaning that has for me. So anyway, that is what I have for you today, and I hope that you enjoyed my second floss tube. And until we see each other again, I am wishing everyone a great week, and I hope to be back next week again for my third floss tube. So thank you for joining me, and everyone, just have a great week and a blessed week. Thank you.